guys, Spurs-related, back again. It's been a little while, but we are back. James and Andre back on your screens. It's been a lot of Tottenham transfer news, a lot of news about Djed Spence, and finally, we have got him. It's official. Djed Spence is a Tottenham player. It's been months of speculation, but finally, guys, he is here. Andre's here. Andre, how you doing, mate?
Well, great to be back. And honestly, about time. Felt like this wasn't going to happen at one point, you know?
Definitely, yeah. It was one of those ones where I felt like it was a smoke screen, but in the end, finally did come through. It'd be interesting to see what the Spurs relatables are thinking about it. Are you guys excited to see Djed Spence? Do you think he'll start? Do you think Doherty's going to start? It'd be interesting to hear. Apologies for the slight lack of content over the last sort of week or so. I actually was on holiday, so I'm back now. We're back on the grind. We're back with regular uploads, so you guys can look forward to that. And I did promise you guys that we would do a watch-along on Saturday for that next friendly game, which is against Roma that Andre was reminding me about earlier. But, Andre, did you get a chance to watch the friendly against Sevilla last weekend?
No, but I did catch those highlights, and I was definitely very disappointed to see that notification on my phone to show that it was a tie. Like, we should be, with all the signings we've been getting, we should be winning these games.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's only pre-season, but also it'd be good to see what you guys think watching. Do you think it's a concern we only drew with Sevilla, or do you think, it's only pre-season, it's a bit of experimental time? Let's see who's in the chat, Andre. Let's welcome him back. As I said, it has been about a week, and we'll get those regular updates coming again. Djed Spence, suspense is here. I like that, Iron Army. Thanks for joining, mate. He said a better weather today. Went to Thorpe Park. Love it. Yeah, we're having a good day ourselves. Sean's in here. Sean, thanks for joining, mate. I really appreciate that. And we'll get all into about is Djed Spence Tottenham signing? Is it Conte signing? And as has been discussed today through various sources, apparently it wasn't really a Conte signing. This one was very much a Daniel Levy only move, wasn't it, Andre?
Yeah, I mean, I did say, I think a few podcasts ago, really, that it seemed like Daniel Levy was the one that was he was overseeing this whole transfer of Djed Spence, which, again, it was speculative, but now kind of confirmed. He said this was an investment of the club. The club wanted him, which, first of all, what a savage. I personally, if I signed for Tottenham and Conte says that about me, I'd feel a little bit like, oh, okay then. Yeah. But also, this just completely checks off everything in terms of we needed Paratici in here to complete signings, because the fact that it took Daniel Levy almost a month to complete
more. I'd say more.
Yeah, it took him that long to complete the one signing, and then Paratici's in here getting in like 4. Like, it just tells you exactly what was needed, which was a director of football. So
Paratici is well and truly cooking now, that is for sure. The Sevilla game was very boring, says Iron Army. Loved how Richarlison and Romero were backing the beef, though. And I did see also that Eric Lamela squared up against his own teammates. Did you see that, Andre? So that was interesting as well. When, Lamela, once a Tottenham player, once a Tottenham fan, always a Tottenham boy, I guess you could say.
Wasn't there like a shot where it hit the crossbar? That would have just been scenes if he scored.
Who, Lamela?
Yeah.
Wow. Sean saying, congratulated recently, so buzzing for Tottenham season. Congrats, mate. Well done on that. That sounds brilliant. And all the success for whatever you do after your qualification, your degree. Djed Spence was not a player he asked for, but I believe he has a great future. Yeah, I agree as well. It's my opinion, but Zaniolo is a better signing than Maddison, says Vanilla. Thoughts on this one, Andre?
Zaniolo, well, I think we've discussed Zaniolo before, and I think that between the two, I think Maddison would be the one with the less risk.
I think so too. Premier League proven. Yeah, Premier League proven. Zaniolo, not the best goals to game ratio. Maybe slightly deeper than Maddison, but again, I think I'd rather take a James Maddison. Also covers the English quota as well. Alex in here. Thanks for joining, Alex. A classic line from you. Spurs lad, I want Madders next. Yeah, I think this is the kind of key link as well. I mean, I don't know if you guys observed my thumbnail much, but that shadow player is actually James Maddison. So let's see what happens. Would you want to update the guys watching, Andre, in terms of the latest on the James Maddison? Obviously, I know that the latest on this was a few days ago now, but we just wanted to kind of catch up on what the latest news was. How likely is it, do you think, this is going to happen?
Well, unfortunately, the biggest update I can give you is that there have been no really any big tier one news updates. It looks like at the moment they're really focused on some outgoings. This is unprecedented times, at least from what I've seen. Tottenham making 6 signings, and we're not even in August yet. And, I'm sure Daniel Levy's kind of, shaking in his boots a little. He wants to make some money. So I'm sure they're really looking into those kinds of players that need to go, Lo Celso, maybe in Ndombele. I haven't heard much about him.
Yeah, gone quiet, hasn't it?
And I think one of the biggest ones, I guess, that we can touch on just quickly is our main man, Tanganga. It looks like he is currently in talks to go to Milan on loan. So will that be, for something where it could be permanent, or will it just be so that he can get some playing time? Who knows? But let's just hope he doesn't get injured. I think that's my biggest thing.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, I think it's an interesting link, considering we're not too sure on his defensive capabilities, and he's going to go to Serie A, where you have to be a very, very solid player. The comparison I have, to be honest with you, is a bit like a Fikayo Tomori that went from Chelsea to AC Milan on loan and then actually became a permanent last year. He's going to obviously link up with another England international, a younger player as well. Tomori is 24. Tanganga, I believe, is a little bit younger than that. But it's a similar kind of transition from the Premier League. He kind of wasn't getting in the Chelsea team. Same with Tanganga, not really getting in the Tottenham team much. And could he work out at Milan? Could he then be, that one that got away, and will he work out for them? Of course, I really do hope it works out. But then can we regret that? Be interesting to see what you guys think. There's around 25 of you watching now. Let me know. Little first interactive question of the stream. Tanganga, do we loan him? Do we sell him? Or would you like to see him battle for a first team place at Tottenham? Let us know in the comments and we'll get them read out. But I'm going to catch up on a couple of comments back to the James Maddison discussion until we get the Tanganga comments, Andre. Maddison is a great player, but Zaniolo, sorry, I've read that one. Maddison can take free kicks, but how much would be willing to pay, or what's he worth? Ainami thinks if Inter wanted the funds for Bremer, they should have sold Bastoni to us. Willing to get a deal done, but quickly they wanted to sell Skriniar to PSG, and they were slow to act. That's very true. Jesse Lingard, we spoke about many times on this channel. I know he's linked with a lot of clubs now. I personally... He certainly won't get in our first team. Would he be a good squad rotation player with 5 substitutes? Potentially. What do you think, Andre?
I mean, it would just depend on how he fits in that team.
Wages.
Conte's very much about the whole, you either keep up with what I want or you get out, right? I don't know if he would keep up.
Yeah, true. Harry Winks, what's going on with him? Very, very good question. It's all gone a bit quiet, hasn't it? We basically completed all the signings for needed positions except left centre-back. So I think it's smart to think about outgoings to fund some luxury signings, possibly. And that's the thing. If we sell Reguilon, Lo Celso, Ndombele, Winks, you've got to be saying to yourself, that's a good bit of money. So we could invest in that. You could honestly sell 3 or 4 players and invest it all in 1 or 2 players. I think that's good business, considering we've already signed 6 very good players that are going to challenge for first team places or slot straight in. And to be honest with you, I do think we're 1 or 2 signings short. I think we've done incredible business, the best in the Premier League, but we do need that left centre back. I know we got Lenglet. I want to see one for the future as well, and I can't see Lenglet being that. And of course, we potentially need a creative midfielder to mix things up, don't you think, Andre?
No, I agree exactly. And it just shows how broken this team was and the kind of refresh we needed. There were a lot of players there who had sort of just passed their expiration date. And like the way I see it, that saying where it's like you either die a hero, you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Yeah. That's what happened here. We had all these players who just stayed in the club for way too long, to the point where the fans are like, you need to get rid of them, So I'm sure Ndombele can be successful somewhere else. Go do that. Just don't stay here. Same thing with Lo Celso, Winks. I think I think Emerson might be on his way out too, to be honest, if we have two right wing backs now.
Yeah.
Just everywhere there's players to get rid of.
I can see 4 more outgoings at least.
Yeah.
I can see, even if it's a loan, Lo Celso and Ndombele are not staying in that dressing room.
Yeah.
Harry Winks, I really can't see staying around. I think he's going to go. And then Reguilon is being linked, whether it's tier 1 I don't think it's tier 1 yet, but I've seen stuff to do with Reguilon to Barca. I can see him going back to a Spanish club. I know Sevilla have been linked as well. Again, not necessarily tier 1, but I've been predicting it in terms of my predictions that I think Reguilon will end up back in La Liga, don't you?
Yeah, it makes sense. He's got the pace, maybe not as much of the power, and maybe not as much of the shooting capabilities that Conte would want from a left wing back. So I think maybe going to a team that has 4 at the back that does still play high press would be the best fit for him.
100%. Let's see what people are saying about Tanganga, that question I asked earlier. Spurs lad says that he'd loan him out. Leo Ball says loan him to a Burnley or a Norwich in the Championship. Sell him already, even for 20 million, says Vanilla. He's had enough of Tanganga. Wow.
Would people pay 20 million for him, though?
I don't think... Would we get 20 million? I'm not sure. We need an attacking mid. Who's going to buy in? Ndombele. Tanganga plays better right wing back. I do agree. His best games for Tottenham have been against Manchester City, where he played right wing back, and against Middlesbrough in the FA Cup a couple of years ago. Both very good games. Both bombed it down the wing. He doesn't look like he's got the kind of ability to run at defenders. He's a big lad, but he really does, and he does it well. Maybe he's better there than a central position. I don't know. Luke says loan him in the Premier League. Luke, thanks for joining again, mate. Always see you in the streams. Really do appreciate it. And obviously everyone else that has come back. We're around about 35 viewers now. It's growing more and more, guys. And the closer we get to the season, I just want to bring you guys more and more content and discuss about Tottenham, because I'm getting very excited. Are you, Andre?
Oh, 100%. Like I said, this is unprecedented times. I've never seen this many signings happening before. I feel like some people maybe are taking it for granted that we signed one and we're already thinking about the next one. But by all means, right, it's all these signings will only mean as much as they do if the results show that we invested properly. If we go into the season and we finish exactly how we did last season, then we have not invested properly.
And we will be disappointed. That's the thing. A lot of fans will be disappointed if we scrape 4th this year, because we're going above. We want to get a bit of silverware. We want to maybe even challenge for the league, or at least 3rd place. That is where Tottenham are at now. We're going up levels again. I feel like we've climbed down the ladder from the Poch era. We've kind of climbed up a little bit with Mourinho, and then fallen back down. Then we've fallen back down with Nuno. And now it's really time to step it up again and get above those heights we were at when we were in the Champions League final, when we were in the Carabao Cup final, and we should have won it, to be honest with you, if we didn't sack Mourinho as a serial winner. There's all these different things. We want to get back to that stage and more. So I think you're spot on. Sekozin says Tottenham is linked with Wearetottenhamtv. Again, not tier 1 just yet in terms of our tier 1s, but I could see that potentially happening. Can we finish above Chelsea? I think so. I do think so. I mean, Chelsea have just bought 2 centre-backs, but doesn't mean, they haven't really got a striker. They haven't replaced Romelu Lukaku, really. Walker Peters, truth. I've seen stuff about Man United, not Tottenham really at tier 1 level. Callum Guppy saying, COYS. Callum, thanks for joining, mate. Really don't want Tanganga to leave the Prem, he says. There was a picture of Perisic wearing a number 14 backpack. So is Joe Rodon going? Haven't seen that picture, but could suggest he's been linked with Forest, hasn't he, before? So could see that happening. Couple more comments, then we'll get to our next talking point. Aino is saying Liverpool and Chelsea are in quite an awkward position. They've lost multiple world-class players. This is a good opportunity to win silverware. I do agree. Guys, before we do get to the next talking point, like I said, if you want to see a watch-along on Saturday with myself and probably Jack or one of the other guys, smash a thumbs up on these videos. Let us know in the comments you want to see a watch-along, and I'll put that on for you. It does take a little bit of time to prepare. And, of course, I want to bring you guys the best content. So let me know if you want to watch along with us for that game on Saturday against Roma in the comments, and smash the like. Andre, over to the next point, mate.
Perfect. So, honestly, I think we should just really talk about the main man himself, Djed Spence, and what he's going to bring to this club. Will he start the next game? I think that it's exciting to see this guy come in. He seems like he's really happy to be here. Will he go the route of, all our previous right backs where they've just kind of meddled around and then we've had to sell them? Or will he really come out, keep up with what Conte wants and really start exactly how we are hoping that he does? That's the big question here, right? Because if he's a young prospect, he's exciting for the club. But if he does live up to expectations, we have made quite the signing for a nice cheap deal, and he will be with us for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it is an interesting one, of course. Like Leo's saying, it was a very interesting interview. He's almost, backing off to the fact that it wasn't his signing. It's very much, a Tottenham signing. What does that mean in his words? You can translate it how you want without reading into it too much. I think what he's saying is it wasn't on his wish list, but everyone else is kind of saying to him, Djed Spence has been unbelievable in the Championship, in the team of the season. And he could be a really, really amazing future prospect. He could reach the heights of Trent Alexander-Arnold, or he could reach the heights of a Pascal Chimbonda. Who knows? You don't know how good he's going to be. But I certainly think £20 million with all the add-ons included isn't, extortionate. And I don't think you'd lose much money on that either, even if he didn't turn out to be an amazing player. I think it's a no-brainer getting him, and I think it's brilliant. If it means Emerson moves on, I think it's good business. We've got Doherty and we've got Spence. Would I like to see that improve next season? Yes, but I think we've definitely improved on that for this season. Would you agree?
Yeah, and at the end of the day, we have to be realistic. We can't buy every single player that we need in one window. We've done amazing work, but now, we just have to make do with certain spots. They're going to be a little bit, hit or miss. So we'll see. But at the end of the day, we have to also remember he did say that he gave the okay. So they came up to him and they were like, look, we want to sign this guy. We think he did very well. He smashed it last season. What do you think? So, it's like he's saying, it was not my idea, but at the end of the day, I took a look with the club at how he is. And I said, okay, sounds good. Bring him in. I'm convinced. Let's give him a try. So.
Definitely. And I guess that's all you can do when you've been advised that a player's good and he's maybe not been looking at him as much as another right wing back they potentially wanted. We don't know who else they were linked with. At the end of the day, a lot of players that clubs go for, the fans never hear about it. There might be Fabrizio Romano's out there and Alistair Golds, but actually they don't know 100% of everything that's happening in that club. We don't even know if Tottenham went for someone like at a very good level. Like, who knows? I know Hakimi wasn't happy at PSG at one point. Who knows what would happen? I just wanted to clarify before I forget. I said it was Roma on Saturday. I meant Rangers is the game on Saturday and Roma is the week after. But if you guys want watch-alongs, smash it in the comments now and smash the like button. We'll get them to you. Reece James was class in the Championship, then went on to start for a UCL winning team the season after. If Spence works hard under Conte, he can reach those heights. Yeah. And why not? Absolutely, why not? Reece James, pretty good player. Obviously, he played for England. He's in the mix against, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Kyle Walker, and he's a very, very good player. And like you said, he was playing in the Championship the season before that, right?
Exactly. And, all the power to him. I think it's a lot of pressure on a young kid, but that's the difference between the world-class players versus the players who, they get up there and they do that Mourinho type of thing that he talked about to Dele Alli, right? That's all it is. That in life, that's all it is. Like the ones who make it big are the ones who take all that pressure and they control it themselves and they know their worth. So Djed Spence, if he is good, if he knows he's good, he will take all that pressure, absorb it, and be like, you know what? I'm going to prove everyone, either the ones who doubt him wrong and the ones who are hyping him up right.
Exactly. I mean, Simply Ace has led me in perfectly to the next comment. He's saying, my concern with Spence is that Conte is saying that he was not his signing. We'll see what happens. He should be judged at the end of the season and does not play Premier League. Yeah, exactly. There's been people out there going, it's a silly move. People out there getting way too hyped. Let's just judge him on how he does. He might start the season and get in the first team and keep Doherty out of the team. You just don't know how it's going to go.
Very true.
But simply, thanks for joining as always, mate. Really do appreciate it. Best Spurs can do is just get 15 points behind City. This was where we are at as a club. I think we can. Why not? Who knows what we can do this season? Everyone's getting very, very excited. I mean, the first home game is already sold out. Bang! It's apparently sold out in 20 minutes. I mean, like I said, I wasn't even around to buy a ticket, and they're gone. All the tickets are gone. Yeah. But anyway, we'll quickly get into the next talking point, and then I know Andre's got to leave, so it will just be me, guys. So, you know, we'll keep it even more interactive when it's just me. I'll be asking questions. I want to hear what you guys say, and I want to bring the comments up. But, Andre, thanks as always, mate. What is the next talking point before you go?
Well, the last thing I wanted to bring up, honestly, is just all the players that need to go, because that seems like that's the big thing, right? I put a Lo Celso graphic in here because, as far as I'm concerned, he's like the one that they've sort of been discussing the most with. But even that has seemed to drop off, which, you know, it worries me just a little bit, because I'm not seeing any sort of tier 1 sources talking about players that are going to leave. And I know for a fact that that's going to really scare Daniel Levy, especially for the amount of money we've paid for some of these players. And there's so many that need to go. I think Lo Celso needs to go, and Ndombele needs to go. I think Winks needs to go. Rodon possibly also. It's been 2 seasons. Maybe it's time. Tanganga, the only one that seems to be on his way out, right? The right wing backs, we have 3 in there now. No point in stockpiling them. One of them needs to go. The left wing back position, same thing. We've stockpiled 3 in there. One of them needs to go, possibly Reguilon. It's all over the place. We've already got rid of Bergwijn. Good. But now, you know, what's next here? Other than that, you know, that sort of attacking midfield position. That seems like the only 2 things that are really left this summer. But who knows? This summer has been crazy. For all you know, in the end of August, we sell all these players that we need to. We make all this money, and then all of a sudden, Inter are like, you know what? Bastoni can come to Tottenham. That's fine. And then we bring him. That would be crazy.
Yeah. And you could see it in the January transfer window, potentially, couldn't you? Like something like that, where maybe that's why they've got a loan player. Maybe they've got an agreement in place, a verbal agreement. We know how they go with Harry Kane, but, you know, you never know what's in the pipeline at Tottenham. It's incredibly, incredibly exciting times. And Andre, I know you've got a dip now, mate, but thanks for joining me, and I'm sure we'll see you in the next one.
Of course. Thank you, everybody, again. This was very exciting. We'll definitely be bringing more content, especially with all this stuff going on. And yeah, James, have fun.
See you later, mate. See you later, Andre. There he is. There he goes. But guys, I did put that question down below. Let me know what you guys think. Who will actually leave this window? Will Harry Winks finally exit Tottenham? Will Ndombele finally go? Where will he go? There's all these questions. And we've, like Andre just said, we've only sold Bergwijn. So, you know, I'm loving this window, and I'm sure you guys agree. But why have we not sold more players yet? Are we waiting for the last minute? Tell me what you guys think. Let's get some comments up. So Spence is going to be good, says Zach. He's saying don't judge the young guy before he plays. I'm with you guys. Conte could make this guy into the masterclass we have all been waiting for. Exactly. I really do think you don't know until he plays. He could be like a Doherty when he starts and starts slow, or he could be like, you know, the next Kyle Walker. Who knows? Honestly, it is really exciting times. I still have hope for Bastoni. Please, Inter, just give him to him. I mean, Spencer, if that happens this window, that is honestly incredible. Honestly incredible. But let's see, I guess. Let's see. Silver Surfer saying if we want to finish above Chelsea, we need to take them more seriously. We have scored a single goal in 5 games against them. But I do agree. But how many are Chelsea going to be scoring? They've lost their striker, and I know Lukaku wasn't scoring goals, but you still need to fill that position. I don't know about Chelsea this year. I think you might be surprised that Chelsea might not be as strong as you think. That's my honest opinion. I honestly think if I had to predict it at the moment in time, I would go Tottenham 3rd, Liverpool, and then Man City. And I honestly think we will be knocking on the door for the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. This could massively backfire, but that is my honest thoughts at the moment. Let's see what everyone else is saying. Doherty will start if he's fit enough, says Kevin Sky. I do agree. I think Spence may have to wait a little bit and be patient, especially as he's not a Conte signing. That is the other thing. Having a balance between youth and experience in a squad can be very healthy. I do agree. Spence and Sessegnon could be the next Walker and Rose at Tottenham Hotspur. That would be a buy. Have a little look on our socials, guys. One of our editors did a little edit of like Sessegnon and Spence celebrating like it's Walker and Rose. It was incredible. Incredible edit. They were strengthened by the end of the window, Chelsea. Yeah, potentially. Well, I guess we've got to see. We might still strengthen. You just don't know. Don't see anyone buying Ndombele. Going to have to loan him out again. I can see Lo Celso and Winks being sold. Who do you guys think that they're all going to go to? Have a little prediction. Silver Surfer says the best club in London is the target. I agree, but I also think the best club in a competition has to be the target as well. We have to win something this season. I think Conte, if he doesn't win anything, I think he could be gone. I think this is a make or break season in the next few years of Tottenham. If we don't win anything and we maybe even don't make Champions League, Conte will definitely go. If we win something and get Champions League, who knows? Conte's contract could extend and we could see him at Tottenham for another couple of years. And that's honestly how it goes. This is why this window is so crucial. And I'm feeling confident, but I still think we've got to get rid of some of that dead wood, to be honest with you. Maddison or Zaniolo would complete a great window, says Zach. And we could definitely do it if Conte really wants it. Yeah, I mean, who would you guys take out of those two? Everyone keeps comparing them. Are you guys going Maddison or are you going Zaniolo? Let me know. We could definitely do it. Winks and Giovanni will leave and the rest will go on loan. And Ndombele will be alone. And Calvin Sky said, Accrington Stanley. Imagine. He couldn't even get past Morecambe players when we played him in the FA Cup. So it's about his level. Lo Celso to Villarreal, Winks to someone like an Everton or something. Yeah, Everton have been linked with Winks for a number of weeks now, I guess. Paqueta and Dempey. What else we got here? Lo Celso is the only player in that club has interest in. As for players like Ndombele and Winks, no one want them. They are useless. And I agree. Especially Ndombele. Like, he doesn't even want to be there. I watched him at games warm up and he's walking around, jogging around. There's no passion here. And he just doesn't want to be there. So simply get rid of these players and move on and get something else. So we need another creative midfield player. I think we should definitely get another one. But guys, the next comment I'm going to put on the screen for you to all answer is, and this is going to be an interesting one because before I do it, I think we need a left centre-back, potentially, but obviously Lenglet's come in, it's maybe not the biggest priority. I still think we need a creative midfielder that can come on and change the dynamic of a game. If we need someone to run around Kane and Son, Richarlison, and run in these pockets like Lautaro Martinez does for Inter for Lukaku, I think that's what we need next. So let me know what you guys think. What is next for Spurs? Is it as creative midfielder? What position is next? So what position is next for Spurs? Let me know in the comments, guys. And we'll get some discussion points going. Call in the clowns. Yeah, I mean, I just don't. Ndombele is getting no interest because he's not a very good player. Are we still being linked to Gordon and Depay? Certainly not tier 1 source, but let's keep an eye on that. I think Maddison is the strongest link, but again, I don't think there's much concrete news on it at the moment. Catman Jess, pick yourself up. Thanks for joining as always. Paqueta is 6'1" tall. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I just think, for me, I think Maddison makes the most sense in how we play. He's used to playing with Harry Kane at England. And to be honest with you, a Premier League proven player, someone that can score free kicks, someone that can create goals, score a long shot, it makes sense. It's almost like the Dele Alli we had in 4 or 5 seasons ago. And we never really replaced Dele Alli, to be honest with you. And we never really replaced Eriksen. That's the debates we've had for the last few years. So there we go. He's a shithouse. I think we need to look out for a young goalkeeper. Yeah, we always need to replace Lloris. That's gone on the back burner, but Lloris is fine for another season, to be honest with you guys. I really need a left. We really need a left centre back, but I don't think there's one available. So a Cam probably. Yeah, I think so. I know he prefers Maddison due to his experience. However, his injuries could provide a problem. Zaniolo is a baller, but his injuries, both injury prone, Maddison and Zaniolo, by the way. It's like, which one do you go for? Maddison or Paqueta would suit me, says Kevin Sky. I think Paqueta seems to be the one you want. Spence is saying left centre back or centre back if we can. A Cam and possibly another right wing back. Someone like Perisic who is experienced there. Spencer, do you not think that right wing back's covered now with Spence and Doherty and Emerson? Do you think Emerson's going? Let me know. What Maddison? What about Savic, creative midfielder? Milinkovic-Savic. That would be a hell of a buy. He's valued at around £72 million. Could we afford that? If we got rid of Ndombele, Lo Celso, Winks, Reguilon, I think Reguilon could bring in 30 million. Who knows? But it's certainly exciting. I think there might be one more twist to this transfer window. I really do. And guys, obviously, you guys are saying left centre back. Some of you are saying creative midfielder. Last kind of question for the stream, I guess. What do you guys think is a realistic prediction for this season? And I know we're not at the end of the window yet, but from what you've seen so far, honestly, what are your thoughts? Do you think we're going to get top 4 and no silverware? Do you think we're going to win a trophy? Do you think we're going to come outside the top 4? What do you guys honestly think? Let me know and let's see what you guys are saying. And it will be an interesting way to end things off for sure. Lucas is saying, hi, mate, I'd like to keep fight for central left back. Yeah, we got to keep going for that, Lucas. 100%. I don't think Lenglet is definitely the long-term answer, but really, really do appreciate you dropping by on this one. I know he's saying I heard from Matt Hayes that Leicester need to sell to buy. Potentially, but who are they gonna who do they want to buy? I mean, surely they'd probably rather keep Maddison, right? Right, let's see what you guys are thinking. 3rd and a cup. Wow, that would be a very good season. 3rd or 2nd with an FA Cup. Wow. Emerson is all right. Let's just hope he improves. I think this is make or break for Emerson. I really do. I could see him getting sold in January. Clip that now if he doesn't do well. What else have we got here? World-class centre-back to partner with Romero and Lenglet. Lenglet, it's mixed opinions on Lenglet. Some people think he's going to be a starter. Some people think Ben Davies is better than him. Who knows? Here we go. Look, there's my example. Davis will be fine at left centre back. Who else is getting the comment? We're going to win cup, says Luke. 3rd place in the league, says Rudeman. Ahead of Chelsea, plus maybe an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup. We're going to come 3rd and take FA Cup. There's a very popular opinion here, FA Cup and 3rd. And you can take a picture and quote me later. I will hold you to it. And in fact, it's exactly what I think. I think maybe not the FA Cup, but I think we can win the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup and certainly also get top 4. Do I think we're going to get 3rd? At this current moment in time, yes. But I don't know how Chelsea are going to end the window. They've definitely signed a couple of really good centre-backs. Koulibaly and Kuende, I think, has gone through as well. And I think Sterling's a very, very underrated signing. I think he's a very, very proven goal scorer. He's going to bag a lot of goals for them and pretty much, well, certainly replace Lukaku's goals, but certainly he might even end up as a number 9 because he's played that for Man City. He's a good finisher. I don't know why Man City sold him, to be honest with you. They're also saying Bernardo Silva as well, so goodness knows what's going to happen with Man City either. I think Spurs and Chelsea could have finished above Liverpool if Nunes doesn't step it up. Interesting. We can mirror Liverpool's past season, and Silver Surfer thinks 3rd, domestic cup, and a Champions League semi-final. Can you imagine the ride we'd have with a Champions League run again? I would be so excited. I mean, that 2019 season, although we lost it in the final, that is some of the best memories I have as a Tottenham fan. I think everyone will agree with me for sure. Spencer saying, Carabao Cup, we can win. We've shown we can beat Man City and Liverpool. we just finally need to beat Chelsea. Yeah, for sure. Chelsea are that annoying team where we just have the wrong mentality going into it. I hope Conte can do something about that this year, because we got beaten several times by Chelsea last season. It wasn't good to take. But then we did bounce back against one of them. We played, I think it was around the time of Man City and Leicester, and we bounced back from them. And then we ended up going on a run and getting top 4. So even if we do lose to Chelsea, which hopefully we don't, we can still definitely be right up there this season. And it's certainly a very, very exciting time. Let me guys know, there's about 40 of you watching. Let me know if you want to see that watch along. Rangers v Tottenham Saturday. Let me just double check the time on that. 3 o'clock kickoff. Do you guys want to see a watch along? Would you turn up? It's something we want to experiment more. And if you guys want to drop by and let us know how the game's going, how you're finding the game, are we looking sharp? Are we worried about, potentially the next game? Let me know. I know a number of you have been asking for it. Leo wants it. So, yeah, just smash it in the comments. Silver Surfer wants to see it. And obviously, I'd get Andre or Jack or one of the other guys to come on. We could even get some of you guys on to talk live about the game. We can make it as interactive as possible. That's what was so different about this channel, is a lot of other channels. I love so many other YouTube channels that are Spurs, but many of them don't even get around to reading the comments. And we always want to read the comments here, guys. That's why we get you guys back in here, because you love interacting and we love interacting with you guys. So that is why it works so well. Simply Ace is saying, please hit the like button. Really would appreciate that, guys. I know it's been a little while since we did the last video, but there will definitely be more content coming out this week. Probably another 2 or 3 videos. So expect to see that, as well as the watch along. Loads of you are saying you'd watch it. Cameron Chess, Kevin Sky, Louis, Rude Man. Everyone is now saying that they want to watch that watch along. So we'll get that to you. We're going to get Tottenham Rangers watch along 3 o'clock Saturday. Expect that. We'll definitely have another video in between that, either tomorrow or Friday. So keep an eye on that. Smash the notification bell on YouTube. I've shown you guys how to do it numerous times, but I'm going to be boring and do it again, because it really does help you guys tune back into watching us. So simply, when you're on the video, if you're on the mobile device, all you have to do is, it's literally, if we go down right there, you see at the bottom right-hand corner, it's a little notification bell. Turn all the notifications on and you'll know exactly when we're going live next. Really, really do appreciate the ones that want to see the watch along and the ones that have liked the video. Please do like the video before you leave. Comment in the offline comments if you want to bring up more talking points in the next episode. And as always, guys, we'll see you next time. Remember to like, share with your friends, and even comment after the video. And as always, guys, you know the drill. Remember, come on, you Spurs!